Alright, full-time executive gang back, and today I'm going to be showing you 4 more build hacks. Now, of course, the fourth one is, of course, secret. It's in the ender chest, and I won't reveal that one till the end, so stay tuned. Anyways, so of course, these are listed in order from easiest to hardest to, collect and create, and of course, with the exception of the ender chest. The ender chest is just because it's the coolest. It's not because it's the easiest or hardest to build. That doesn't matter. I just think it's the coolest one out of all of them. Anyways, the first one I'm going to be showing you, waterlogged block. Now, the thing is, you can waterlog slabs, stairs, and walls, and they all work just the same. And you can make your structure out of whatever you want it to be. It could be any one of these. And basically, what you'll do is, of course, water is very important in this. And basically, what you'll do is you'll just put any one of these down. So you'll put, for example, a slab down. And then basically what will happen is you put water on it, and then you can waterlog that block. Now, of course, the water does spread far from that block. So if it's a slab, a stair, or a wall, it's going to spread far from that block because it's waterlogged. And in Bedrock Edition, when something's waterlogged, the water doesn't stay on it. It kind of flows over that block. So there's nothing you can do really about this. It's just kind of the feature in the game. Of course, in Java, it doesn't flow like this, but in Bedrock, you're kind of gonna have to deal with it. Of course, you could maybe position it in a way to make it flow backwards instead of forwards, like that. Like maybe if you position it a certain way, it will flow backwards and not forwards. So then maybe you can put some stuff behind a waterlogged block to, inside your house to stop that water from coming out. But I wouldn't recommend putting any blocks on the outside because it's going to act as basically a blast-proof block. So if you put another block, and then, of course, it's not going to be a waterlogged block because then more water will flow out. The thing is then, you're going to have that whole wall exploded and only the waterlogged blocks won't be exploded. So basically, you kind of want to position it in the way where the water will flow. The water will flow back into your house. You can put a wall in the inside where the wall is actually protecting your inner wall from any explosions. Now the thing is, I'm going to make an entire wall and basically waterlog all the blocks. I'm going to speed up the footage, and then I'm going to come back and I'm basically going to show you, because I'm going to test it with some TNT and show you that it doesn't blow up. So I'll tell you when I'm back. Alright guys, I'm back. Obviously, I had to move it further away from where I was actually showing you guys all these build hacks, so I didn't blow up my both my chests, because that would ruin the entire video. But anyways, I'm going to show you that, of course, well, I had to patch up the sides. Of course, that's not ideal when you're building, because that's going to get blown up. If you're creating like a house or something, that's going to get blown up, and then there's the water's going to leak out. But ideally, you'll have a full wall, and then if you have a full wall, then nothing can leak out because there'll be another wall here. But obviously some water might leak out, but I'm just going to show you that the cobblestone stairs, I chose cobblestone stairs, are going to still be standing. They're going to, because they're waterlogged, they're still going to be there because they're going to be blast proof. So let me show you. I mean, I'm not being skimpy on the TNT. Oh, yep, maybe a little bit more. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's just a matter of time. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. I'm so lucky that my chests are safe, because that could have gone really wrong and hit my chests. Oh, my God. But anyways, you can see that the cobblestone's still standing. And oh, wow, the planks, it even protected the planks behind it. Wow, that's insane. But yeah, you can definitely see that the waterlogged blocks stay and are blast resistant. Obviously, if I put like a bajillion pieces of TNT and it survived, a little bit overkill, but you know, it was worth it. The next one is going to be the palm tree. Now, you know, you guys think, maybe you put some jungle wood, or you use some jungle wood for the tree, and then you just use some leaves and make it put the leaves in a way that it would look like a palm tree, in a palm tree kind of leaf shape. But really, the thing is, with the trunk of the tree, you can't normally, you think you can't really make it look like a real palm tree, like getting skinnier the higher you go up it, but you really can if you think about dripstone, because dripstone actually looks like that. So let me go into survival first, and then I can show you. The only reason I wasn't created for the other one was because I had to get the TNT and I didn't want to kill myself. So yep, that's why I did that. Anyways, and so basically all you'll need for this one is you're going to need one block of dripstone, any amount of pointed dripstone, however big you want your trunk to be. That's how much dripstone you're going to mine. And then basically, of course, the leaves is just however many leaves you want on your tree, depending on your preference. But anyways, and also dripstone doesn't need to be placed on a certain block. You can place it on any block. But anyways, I'm just going to. I just picked 20 oak leaves, 40 pointed dripstone, and one block of, and you need the one block of dripstone. You always need that, and you only need one. But the thing is, for the pointed dripstone leaves, it could be any amount depending on how big you want your tree to be. And I'm also going to pick any block. So I'm going to pick this grass block right here. I'm going to build up 39. You'll see why only 39 in a second. Yeah, be careful. Try not to jump on it because you might take damage. The only reason I'm not taking too much damage right now is because I'm in peaceful mode currently. But if you weren't in peaceful mode, you'd be taking a lot of damage. So be careful, because this could hurt a lot if you weren't in peaceful mode. So just be mindful of that. Don't just keep jumping when you haven't placed the next dripstone, because that could be bad. 7, 6. Oh my god. You can hear me just taking damage over and over and over again. I know, it's crazy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the thing is, this is going to be hard. You would need a lot of extra blocks to build up on the side of this dripstone, but I'm just going to go into creative instead of doing that, because, I don't want to go through the trouble of having to get all those blocks. So I will be back. Alright guys, I'm back in creative mode, and basically what you'll have to do is basically go 2 blocks up, and then under that, you'll place a pointed dripstone. Now this gives it really more of that kind of that slowly getting smaller vibe. Now, of course, I made this really big, so I might want to add a couple more because of how giant I made this thing. Yeah, let me see if that looks better. Let me see. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, I might want to put like a couple more. But I'd say depending on how big your tree is, depends on how many dripstone you want coming from the top. But for me, yeah, because I made it like 40 blocks up. The thing is, or technically 41 with the dripstone block. But basically, I wanted to make it, look like it's getting smaller and not just, the same size and tiny at the top. So, depending on how big it is, the bigger your palm tree, the more you want coming from the top, I'd say. The people that have showed this build hack didn't say that. They kind of, because they're building smaller palm trees and just kind of said to put one at the top. But for me, I kind of interpret that differently, and I think that you should probably, depending on if it's bigger, you should probably have more coming from the top. More dripstone coming down from the top. But anyways, then after that, you'll just put your leaves on. Oh my god, look how realistic that looks. Oh, I especially I like that I made it the ones coming from the top larger. That makes it look like it's getting smaller going towards the top. You know, or when it's going towards the top, it's that top part kind of looks smaller. I like how I added extra and kind of took my own path instead of going on the original build hack. I'm going on my own path, and I'd say I prefer you guys to use my way too. Maybe build down from the top, like more dripstone from the top to make it look more realistic. But honestly, that looks super realistic. Anyway, back in survival, and basically, I'm going to show you guys the last one. Now, this one is the most complex. This one is going to be the parrot cage, or the bird cage, but parrots are the only bird in Minecraft, so I prefer to call it the parrot cage, but some people call it the bird cage, but whatever, man. Anyways, basically how you create this is you're going to take, all you need is one wall, one slab, and it could be any type of wall, any type of slab, one scaffolding, any type of fence, just bamboo fence for more of the parrot cage kind of vibe, and then bamboo trapdoor. The same reason I made the bamboo fence, and basically, what you're gonna do is take the cobblestone wall. You're gonna place it down anywhere you want. Then you're basically going to build. Oh my god! If I can ever get up on top of this block. If you watch my videos, I always seem to fall when I try and jump onto a wall. Oh my. Like this is basic parkour, guys. Like, what am I doing? Alright, guys, even after a lot of trial and error, I even have to give myself a diamond pickaxe because I had to mine some of the cobblestone elements in this build because it took me so long to figure out how it was configured, because actually the reason I was struggling so much was I figured out you only needed 2 bamboo fences, not 3. So guys, just so you know, when you're building this bird cage, you only need 2 bamboo fences, not 3. That was really what was getting me messed up. I couldn't figure out why the chain wasn't connecting to the scaffolding at all. But anyways, basically, it's going to be one cobblestone wall, then 2 bamboo fences, then 1 cobblestone slab. Then, basically, on the bottom of the top cobblestone slab, you're going to place the trapdoor. At the top of the cobblestone wall, for example, you're going to put a trapdoor. Then you're going to put a chain under the top trapdoor, and then you're going to basically put a piece of scaffolding on the top of the bottom trapdoor, and then it will look like a bird cage. That's why it was number 3. Not only was it so complicated and you need so many different items for it, even the chain requiring iron, but you also it was time consuming trying to figure it out. So if you want to know how to build it, just pause this video and I'll leave this up on screen for a few seconds, because you guys, obviously it was hard for me. I actually had to go watch the original guy's video who made this to figure out how they configure this and make it. But anyways, that's how you make it, and it looks pretty realistic. I mean, it's a little small, but come on, it's a bird cage. What do you expect? Anyways, the moment you guys have been waiting for all video is you guys have been waiting for the ender chest to be opened this entire video. I know you guys have been waiting for so long, of course. You've been waiting for the whole video. I announced it in the first 10 seconds of the video. Now it's about, now it's like 30 minutes into the video, but it's finally time. You know, I'm gonna say now that I'm thinking about it, because last video, the ender chest was, I don't know, you know, it was your first time seeing, you know, how cool, you know, these build hacks could be, but I think this time the ender chest is way cooler than the cool build hack in the last Brit video. If you didn't watch the last video, you guys should watch it. But the thing is, this is going to be much cooler. And also, I think it's going to be much cooler because it's not like last time's, which was completely stationary. This time, this one actually has lots of redstone. And it's pretty interesting. So let me just show you guys. Yeah. Here we go. Alright, guys. So basically, this is going to be made out of 6 sticky pistons, 6 tripwire, 18 string, 6 redstone dust, 8 oak planks, and 8 oak stairs. Now, of course, the planks and the stairs could be anything, basically. So, you know, it could be any type of plank, any type of stair. And the thing is, the reason why I have 6 redstone tripwire and sticky pistons is however many tripwire on each side you're making it. So basically what this is going to be is it's going to be stairs that when you basically as you get close to the stairs kind of they come closer together so you can walk up it, basically. There's going to be a tripwire. You walk through it. It activates the pistons, and the pistons push these stairs together and make you able to walk up the stairs. Now, however many stairs you have is how many pistons you have, and however many pistons you have, you're going to have the same amount of tripwires and redstone, just so you know. So however many pistons you have, however many stairs you have, is going to be the same amount of pistons, redstone, and tripwire hook. And then basically, the string is just with the spaces across. And the thing is, for me, since I had 3 spaces in between each of the tripwire hooks, it was 5 spaces, but the tripwire hooks took up 2 spaces. So I had 3 spaces left. And the thing is, however many spaces there are, and then just multiply it by how many pistons you have, or anything else you have, except for the planks, because I'll get to that later. But basically, you'll multiply, like, for example, the pistons by 3, and you'll get 18. So for example, I'm going to use 18 string. You could use however many you needed for however many stairs you're going to make. And then basically, the planks is just what you put your redstone on. So basically, and the thing is, you're going to have planks above your redstone, so it doesn't connect with any other redstone. So basically, it's going to be it's basically going to be your redstone, but then times 3, because it's the thing is, however, your redstone, it's technically times 2, but then, you know, you have a little bit extra. You might have to use a little bit extra, just if you're not covering enough of the redstone and the redstone's connecting. 18 is just a safe bet. But anyways, let's get into this. So basically, first I'd say start off with your 2 stairs. That's probably your best bet. Then you're going to place your pistons. Now, of course, pistons are directional blocks. So basically, to make them face the stairs, basically, you're going to have to face away from the stairs. So basically, for example, because the thing is, the pistons face towards you. So if you're away from the stairs and looking this way, the pistons are going to place away from the stairs. And basically, if you're on the opposite side of the stairs, or you're basically not, since whatever way you're standing is where the piston's going to face, basically, if you're on the opposite side of the stairs, it's going to face towards you, which is inward, so it's going to go inward. So basically, that's how pistons work. And then basically, what you're going to do is this. It's a little bit tricky to do this, because the truth is you need to put the redstone's gotta go. It's gotta go past the pistons. So basically your redstone has to go right behind your piston. Because you don't want it too close, because you don't want your tripwires too close, and then that's, you know, a big problem. So anyways, basically you're gonna, yeah, I had to do a lot more trial and error, because basically what happened before, it was basically I basically the pistons were too close together, so they ended up, literally because they're against each other. I don't know why I did that, but they were against each other. I placed the stairs next to each other, so when the pistons activated, they just pushed each other away and broke the redstone. So you obviously you gotta have a 2-block space in between the stairs, because there's no point if the stairs are already close together. And basically what you're going to do is if you have to have a 4-block, basically in between each piston, you have to have 4 blocks of space in between the 2 pistons. Basically, you put 1 stair on one side and 1 stair on the other side, and then basically when you do that, basically what happens is now you have a 2-block space, so when the pistons push each stair 1 block, they're right next to each other, and you can walk up them. So it kind of works like this, and then you walk up them. And you don't even need to stop. Like, you won't get stuck outside. It's not like you'll get stuck under the stairs or anything, because because you're stepping on the string 1 block in front of the stairs. Basically, it will activate when you're here and you're not even at the stairs yet. It's not like you're at the stairs and it's just activating. So because of that, that 1 block space that gives it some time to activate, you're never going to go through those stairs and end up under the stairs or anything. You're never going to have to worry about that, which is nice. But anyways, I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end when I do when I do 2 more sets of stairs. I'll tell you when I'm back. But basically, you would go up. You need to be fast, because if you're not fast, you just fall through the floor. So you got to be fast. Yep. Oh, there we go. Now, okay. But basically, there you go. Yeah, that works. I just fell off the edge because I went too far. Obviously, that seems like something I would do. Just run off the edge and go too far. But it works. Just remember to be quick up the stairs, otherwise you might fall through the stairs. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel with your friends. And until next time, goodbye.